You may not believe it, but most ancient Hollywood actresses once did the same shameful thing, which was pursuing a life of indulgence and no rules. They say they have beauty, and that allows them to sleep with tons of men. It's so shocking, isn't it? They are completely unaware that this thought has caused them to fall into a miserable situation in their love life, so that when they later regret their behavior, it is too late. Sadly for fans, Diana Dors, Jane Mansfield, and Joan Crawford are among the names that appear on this list, and there are many more daring actresses that you will see right now. Let's get started. Elizabeth Taylor. Taylor's reputation as a seductress began early in her career, fueled by her stunning looks and charismatic presence on screen. She quickly rose to stardom in the 1940s and 1950s, becoming a symbol of Hollywood's golden era. Yet, it was her off-screen affairs that often made headlines, none more infamous than her involvement with singer and actor Eddie Fisher. The scandal erupted in the late 1950s when Fisher, then married to Taylor's best friend, Debbie Reynolds, became romantically entangled with Taylor following the tragic death of her third husband, Mike Todd. Todd's passing brought Taylor and Fisher together in grief, leading to a highly publicized affair that shocked the entertainment world. Their relationship marked a turning point in Taylor's public image, casting her as a femme fatale caught in a love triangle that rocked Hollywood's moral sensibilities. What made Taylor and Fisher's affair even more scandalous was their subsequent marriage in 1959, just days after Fisher divorced Reynolds. The tabloid frenzy surrounding their union further cemented Taylor's reputation as a woman who defied convention and pursued her passions unabashedly. However, their marriage proved to be short-lived and turbulent, ending in divorce in 1964 amid rumors of infidelity and conflicting career demands. Despite the controversy and public scrutiny, Taylor's candor about her relationships and personal life was both refreshing and controversial in an era known for its conservative values. She famously quipped, "I am a very committed wife, and I should be committed too for being married so many times." Among Taylor's 7 husbands, the most notable and enduring relationship was with Welsh actor Richard Burton. Their passionate love affair began on the set of Cleopatra in 1962, where their on-screen chemistry ignited a real-life romance that captivated the world. Taylor and Burton's relationship was marked by intense love, fiery arguments, extravagant gestures of affection, and mutual admiration for each other's talents. They married for the first time in 1964, divorcing 10 years later in 1974, only to remarry in 1975 and divorce again in 1976. Their relationship was famously turbulent, fueled by their volatile personalities, shared love of indulgence, and constant media attention. Despite their tumultuous marriage, Taylor and Burton remained deeply connected throughout their lives, maintaining a bond that transcended their multiple divorces and remarriages. Their love affair became the stuff of Hollywood legend, immortalized in films like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, where their on-screen performances mirrored their tempestuous off-screen relationship. Taylor's other marriages, including those to Michael Wilding, Michael Todd, Eddie Fisher, John Warner, and Larry Fortensky, each added layers to her complex personal life. Her relationships were characterized by passion, heartbreak, and a relentless pursuit of love and companionship. Despite her success in film and her enduring beauty, Taylor's personal life often overshadowed her professional achievements, turning her into a cultural icon of love and scandal. In 1996, Taylor divorced Larry Fortensky, a construction worker whom she had married in 1991. This marked the end of her string of marriages, leading her to famously declare that she had had enough of men and chose to remain single until her death in 2011 at the age of 79. Throughout her later years, Taylor focused on her philanthropic efforts, particularly in AIDS activism, for which she was widely recognized and respected. Tallulah Bankhead's allure lay not just in her striking looks, but in her fearless persona. She was known for her sharp tongue and irreverent attitude, never shying away from speaking her mind or courting controversy. This fearlessness extended to her personal life, where she became notorious for her make-love exploits and bold declarations about her desires. One of the most infamous anecdotes surrounding Tallulah Bankhead involves her make-love preferences and prowess. According to legend, Bankhead once remarked that she would never sleep with a man who wasn't hung like John Barrymore, a reference to the legendary actor known for his charismatic presence and rumored endowment. This statement became emblematic of Bankhead's larger-than-life persona and her penchant for provocative humor. Bankhead's romantic and make-love adventures were as storied as her career. She married actor John Emery in 1937 after a whirlwind courtship, marking one of her few formal unions. Emery, known for his resemblance to John Barrymore, seemed to fit Bankhead's criteria, aligning with her earlier vow regarding her romantic standards. However, Bankhead's relationships were often tempestuous and unconventional. Her marriage to Emery, though brief, showcased her affinity for passionate connections and her willingness to dive headfirst into romance. Yet, it was her legendary libido and reputed promiscuity that truly cemented her status as a cultural icon. Bankhead unabashedly claimed to have had over 500 make-love conquests throughout her life, a number that underscored her uninhibited approach to love and desire. Her bold statements and candid admissions challenged societal norms of the time, especially for women in the public eye, who were expected to maintain a veneer of respectability and restraint. Beyond her personal life, Tallulah Bankhead's career spanned both stage and screen, earning her acclaim for her performances in theater productions such as The Little Foxes and The Skin of Our Teeth, as well as films like Lifeboat, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Her magnetic presence and distinctive voice made her a sought-after performer, beloved by audiences for her charisma and talent. Yet, it was Bankhead's off-screen persona that often overshadowed her professional achievements. She cultivated an image of the archetypal femme fatale, blending glamour with rebellion and challenging conventions with every provocative statement and bold action. Barbara Marr. In Hollywood, Barbara Marr's striking beauty and magnetic presence caught the eye of Douglas Fairbanks, a prominent figure in early silent cinema. Fairbanks recognized her potential and helped launch her career, leading to her rapid rise as a starlet, known for her seductive allure and intense on-screen presence. Marr quickly became renowned not only for her acting talent, but also for her scandalous personal life. She embraced the liberated spirit of the Roaring Twenties, engaging in numerous affairs and reveling in the attention of Hollywood's elite. Her love life and provocative lifestyle made headlines, earning her a reputation as a femme fatale and a symbol of the era's excesses. She famously quipped about her amorous adventures, reportedly claiming to take lovers by the dozen, and declaring that she lived only to love. Her boldness and free-spirited nature resonated with the flappers and intellectuals of the lost generation, who admired her defiance of societal norms and her pursuit of personal pleasure. Despite her meteoric rise to fame and popularity, Barbara Marr's life was marked by tragedy and health challenges. She struggled with various personal demons, including substance abuse issues, which likely exacerbated her fragile health. In 1925, she was diagnosed with tuberculosis, a disease that was devastatingly common in that era. Barbara Marr's career was abruptly cut short when she succumbed to complications from tuberculosis on January 30th, 1926, at the tragically young age of 29. Her untimely death shocked Hollywood and her fans, leaving behind a legacy tinged with both glamour and sorrow. Marlene Dietrich. Dietrich's cinematic journey began in the early 1930s when she captivated audiences in Josef von Sternberg's The Blue Angel, 1930. As Lola, a seductive cabaret singer, Dietrich's portrayal broke traditional norms of femininity with her smoky voice, languid movements, and unapologetic sensuality. The film catapulted her to international stardom and established her as a symbol of modern femininity. Her subsequent collaboration with von Sternberg continued to redefine gender roles on screen. Films like Morocco, 1930, where she famously wore a top hat and tuxedo, further cemented her image as a provocateur, challenging conventional notions of beauty and desire. Dietrich's ability to blur the lines between masculinity and femininity created an enduring allure that captivated both men and women alike. Off-screen, Marlene Dietrich's love life mirrored her on-screen persona, full of passion, intrigue, and controversy. She became infamous for her relationships with some of the most prominent men of her time. One of her most enduring rumored affairs was with Gary Cooper, the dashing leading man known for his rugged charm. Their chemistry off-screen matched their on-screen presence, sparking tabloid frenzy and fueling Hollywood gossip mills. Another significant chapter in Dietrich's romantic life was her rumored involvement with Ernest Hemingway, the literary giant known for his bold prose and adventurous spirit. Their passionate connection was said to have inspired Hemingway's writing, adding a layer of intellectual depth to Dietrich's romantic entanglements. Across the Atlantic, Dietrich's heart also found solace in the arms of Jean Gabin, the charismatic French actor whose allure matched her own. Their whirlwind romance crossed cultural divides and captured the imagination of fans on both continents, solidifying Dietrich's reputation as a woman who pursued love and passion fearlessly. Despite the glamour and intrigue surrounding her personal life, Marlene Dietrich was more than just a screen siren. She possessed a strong sense of independence and a commitment to her beliefs that transcended the silver screen. During World War II, Dietrich's unwavering support for the Allied forces earned her acclaim and admiration. She performed for troops on the front lines, often at great personal risk, and her efforts were recognized with the U.S. Medal of Freedom, an honor reserved for individuals who made significant contributions to the war effort. Dietrich's refusal to conform to societal norms extended beyond her career and personal life. She once famously declared, "I dress for the image, not for myself, not for the public, not for fashion, not for men," encapsulating her approach to both style and life. Her androgynous fashion choices challenged gender conventions and influenced generations of artists and fashion designers. Vivien Leigh. Leigh's journey to stardom was marked by determination and ambition. From a young age, she displayed a passion for acting and pursued her dreams with unwavering focus. Her breakout role came with the portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, 1939, a role that catapulted her to international fame and earned her the first of 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress. In addition to her Oscar-winning performance as Scarlett O'Hara, Leigh's portrayal of Blanche Dubois in the film adaptation of Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire, 1951, further solidified her reputation as a formidable actress capable of delivering nuanced and emotionally charged performances. Her ability to embody complex characters with depth and vulnerability earned her critical acclaim and admiration from audiences worldwide. However, alongside her professional achievements, Vivien Leigh's personal life was characterized by tumultuous relationships and personal struggles. One of the most notorious aspects of her personal life was her marriage to Sir Laurence Olivier, another iconic figure in British theatre and film. Their relationship, often described as passionate and volatile, captured the attention of the public and the media throughout their years together. Leigh's infatuation with Olivier began when she saw him perform on stage in London. According to accounts, she declared to friends that he was the man she would marry, despite the fact that Olivier was already married to actress Jill Esmond at the time. Undeterred by Olivier's marital status, Leigh pursued him relentlessly, even following him and his wife to the Italian island of Capri, where they were vacationing. The affair between Leigh and Olivier blossomed amidst controversy and scandal. Olivier, known for his charm and charisma, eventually ended his marriage to Esmond, who was pregnant at the time, to be with Leigh. Their relationship quickly intensified, and they married in 1940, marking the beginning of a tumultuous yet passionate union that would captivate the public imagination for years to come. Throughout their marriage, Leigh and Olivier became one of the most glamorous and celebrated couples in Hollywood and the British entertainment industry. They appeared together in several films and stage productions, showcasing their undeniable chemistry and talent. Despite their professional successes and shared love for acting, their marriage faced numerous challenges, including Leigh's struggles with mental health issues, which impacted their relationship. Leigh's battle with bipolar disorder, then known as manic depression, contributed to the instability in her personal life. Despite her public image as a poised and elegant actress, Leigh privately grappled with episodes of severe depression and mood swings, which affected her work and strained her relationships, including her marriage to Olivier. Lupe Velez. Velez's career in Hollywood began in the early 1920s, and she quickly gained recognition for her talent as an actress, dancer, and singer. With her distinctively exotic looks and magnetic charm, she captivated audiences and became a prominent figure in the entertainment industry. Her roles in films like The Guilty Generation, 1931, and The Half-Naked Truth, 1932, showcased her versatility and comedic timing, solidifying her status as a leading lady in Hollywood. Despite her professional success, Lupe Velez's personal life was marked by dramatic relationships and sensationalized scandals that often overshadowed her career achievements. One of the most enduring and sensationalized stories surrounding Velez is the circumstances of her death, which have been mythologized over the decades. Contrary to popular urban legends, Lupe Velez did not die with her head in a toilet after committing suicide. In reality, she was found deceased in her bed by her secretary on the morning of December 14, 1944. The inaccurate and sensationalized version of her death likely stemmed from a misunderstanding or misrepresentation over the years, contributing to a macabre legend that persists to this day. Throughout her life, Velez was known for her passionate and often tempestuous relationships. She had a tumultuous romance with actor Gary Cooper, whom she dated for several years. Velez considered Cooper the love of her life, but their relationship was fraught with jealousy and accusations. She was known to be possessive of Cooper and allegedly confronted him publicly about his supposed affairs, including one with actor Anderson Lawler. Stories circulated that Velez would conduct provocative acts like unzipping Cooper's pants at social gatherings to sniff his crotch and claim she could detect Lawler's cologne, adding to her reputation for eccentric behavior. In addition to her relationship with Cooper, Lupe Velez was rumored to have had numerous lovers throughout her life. Her romantic escapades and provocative public persona contributed to her image as a free-spirited and uninhibited woman in an era when such behavior was often scandalous in Hollywood circles. While many of these stories were likely exaggerated or fabricated by the press, Velez herself was known to play into the gossip and cultivate a public image that blurred the lines between reality and myth. Louise Brooks. Louise Brooks was more than just a talented actress. She was a woman ahead of her time. She epitomized the flapper image of the Roaring Twenties, with her bobbed hair, stylish wardrobe, and independent spirit. Brooks's personal life often mirrored the rebellious characters she portrayed on screen. In 1926, at the age of 20, Brooks married British film director and actor Eddie Sutherland. The marriage, however, was short-lived, and Brooks soon found herself entangled in a passionate affair with George Preston Marshall, the wealthy owner of the Washington Redskins football team. Marshall was captivated by Brooks's beauty and sophistication, and their relationship caused a stir in both Hollywood and sports circles. Despite their mutual attraction, Brooks eventually left Marshall and went on to marry someone else whose identity remains less documented. Louise Brooks's tenure in Hollywood was marked by her disdain for the studio system and her rebellious attitude towards authority figures. She clashed with Paramount executives over her desire for more substantial roles and artistic freedom, which led to her eventually leaving the studio in 1928. Despite her popularity and critical acclaim for roles like Lulu in G.W. Pabst's Pandora's Box, 1929, and Diary of a Lost Girl, 1929, Brooks's career in mainstream Hollywood faltered due to her independent streak and refusal to conform to studio expectations. By the time she was 26, Louise Brooks had effectively retired from acting, disillusioned with Hollywood and its superficiality. She moved to Europe in the early 1930s, where she briefly pursued a career in dance and enjoyed the bohemian lifestyle of Paris and Berlin. However, financial difficulties plagued her later years, and she struggled to make ends meet. Despite her hardships, Louise Brooks never expressed regret for leaving the limelight. She embraced her freedom and independence, living life on her own terms. Her disdain for Hollywood did not diminish her impact on cinema. In fact, her legacy grew over the years as film historians and critics recognized her contributions to early cinema and her influence on subsequent generations of filmmakers and performers. Diana Dors rose to fame in the 1950s as Britain's answer to Marilyn Monroe, renowned for her platinum blonde hair, voluptuous figure, and sultry screen presence. She quickly became a fixture in British cinema, starring in numerous films that capitalized on her sex appeal and glamour. However, it was not just her roles in low-budget movies that garnered attention. Dors herself became a larger-than-life figure, known for her extravagant lifestyle and scandalous behavior. Central to Dors's public image was her ostentatious mansion, which became synonymous with lavish parties, decadence, and controversy. Situated in Maidenhead, Berkshire, her home was a hub of entertainment for celebrities, politicians, and socialites, drawn by the allure of Dors's larger-than-life persona and infamous gatherings. These parties were legendary for their excesses, fueling tabloid headlines and public fascination with Dors's flamboyant lifestyle. Her personal life was equally sensationalized. Dors married 3 times over the course of her life, each union adding to her status as a headline maker. Her first marriage to Dennis Hamilton in 1951 was marred by his infidelity and exploitation of her wealth, leading to a highly publicized divorce in 1959. Despite the turmoil, Hamilton remained a significant figure in her life until his death in 1959. Her subsequent marriages to actor Richard Dawson in 1959 and Alan Lake in 1968 further fueled public interest, particularly due to the stark contrasts between her and her husband's backgrounds and lifestyles. Beyond her marriages, Dors cultivated a reputation for having numerous lovers, further contributing to her scandalous image. Her relationships were often tumultuous, marked by passionate affairs and public scrutiny. Yet Dors navigated these complexities with a mix of defiance and unabashed indulgence. One of the most notorious incidents involving Dors was her encounter with the Archbishop of Canterbury, who famously labeled her a wayward hussy in the press. This epithet underscored the moral judgments and controversies that surrounded Dors, reflecting the societal attitudes towards her flamboyant lifestyle and public persona. Despite the tabloid fodder and public scrutiny, Dors's career continued to evolve, showcasing her talent beyond the sex symbol stereotype. She found success on television as well, becoming a popular guest on chat shows and demonstrating her wit and charm beyond the confines of her film roles. Her ability to captivate audiences extended beyond the screen, making her a cultural phenomenon in post-war Britain. In addition to her acting career, Dors was known for her unapologetic embrace of excess and indulgence. Her mansion in Maidenhead, often described as kitschy and opulent, became a symbol of her larger-than-life persona. It was not just a residence but a playground for the rich and famous, where the lines between fantasy and reality blurred amid the glitz and glamour of Dors's world. Guests at her gatherings reportedly viewed grainy footage of unsuspecting couples engaging in intimate acts, adding another layer of controversy to Dors's already notorious reputation. This voyeuristic element further fueled the public's fascination with her private life and contributed to her image as a provocateur who defied social norms. Daisy and Violet Hilton. In the 1920s and 1930s, Daisy and Violet Hilton achieved fame and notoriety in the United States, where they became stars of the vaudeville scene. They performed in various venues across the country, captivating audiences with their singing, dancing, and comedic routines. Their act was a blend of talent and curiosity, drawing crowds who were both entertained and intrigued by their unusual physical connection. One of the most significant milestones in their career came when they starred in Tod Browning's controversial film, Freaks, 1932. The movie, which featured a cast of people with physical deformities and disabilities, including the Hilton twins, remains a cult classic for its daring portrayal of marginalized individuals in society. Following their success in Freaks, Daisy and Violet Hilton continued to perform in vaudeville and later in Henry L. Fraser's exploitation film Chained for Life, 1952. These roles solidified their place in popular culture as symbols of both fascination and exploitation, reflecting society's complex attitudes towards disability and difference during that era. Despite their fame and public exposure, Daisy and Violet Hilton faced numerous challenges in their personal lives. They were reportedly embraced by high society and the Hollywood elite, experiencing a lifestyle of luxury and hedonistic pleasures. The twins, known for their vivacious personalities, allegedly engaged in numerous affairs and romantic entanglements. They were said to have married and divorced several times, although the legality of their marriages was often questioned due to their unique legal status as conjoined twins. One of their notable relationships was with musician Jack Lewis, whom Daisy sought to marry. However, their attempt to obtain a marriage license encountered legal obstacles in 21 states, as marrying one twin could be considered bigamy due to their physical connection. Despite their efforts, the relationship with Lewis did not culminate in marriage, highlighting the legal and societal challenges the twins faced throughout their lives. As the vaudeville era declined and public interest waned, Daisy and Violet Hilton faced financial difficulties and struggled to find work. They eventually fell into poverty, relying on the generosity of friends and acquaintances to survive. Their later years were marked by hardship and isolation, contrasting sharply with their earlier glamorous and high-profile existence. Tragically, Daisy and Violet Hilton died under circumstances that reflected the challenges and hardships they endured throughout their lives. On January 4, 1969, at the age of 60, the twins were found dead in their home in Charlotte, North Carolina. They had succumbed to the effects of Hong Kong flu, having lived their final years in relative obscurity and poverty. Joan Crawford. From the outset, Joan Crawford displayed a relentless drive for stardom. She understood the game of Hollywood and was willing to navigate its murky waters, sometimes bending the rules to secure her path to success. Her breakout role came in the 1920s when she transitioned from silent films to talkies, displaying a versatility that captured the attention of audiences and casting directors alike. Crawford's ascent to stardom was marked by her ability to draw casting directors to her doorstep. She didn't wait for opportunities. She actively sought them out and worked hard to make a lasting impression. However, rumors persist that Crawford may have utilized what was euphemistically referred to as the casting couch to her advantage, an allegation common in the early days of Hollywood, where the line between ambition and exploitation was often blurred. Her personal life was as colorful as her professional career. Crawford was linked romantically to several influential men in Hollywood. One of her early relationships was with Douglas Fairbanks, Jr., a scion of Hollywood royalty. Their affair was a matter of public fascination, adding to Crawford's allure as a femme fatale. Another prominent figure in Crawford's love life was Clark Gable, often described as the King of Hollywood. Rumors swirled about their passionate relationship, fueling gossip columns and adding to both of their mystiques. Whether these relationships were purely strategic or genuine affairs of the heart remains a matter of speculation. Spencer Tracy, known for his charisma and acting prowess, was also rumored to have fallen under Crawford's spell. Their alleged romance added another layer of intrigue to Crawford's personal narrative, showcasing her ability to captivate even the most respected figures in Hollywood. Yul Brynner, with his magnetic presence and commanding screen presence, was another name linked romantically to Crawford. Their rumored relationship further cemented Crawford's reputation as a woman who could attract and enchant some of the most charismatic men in the industry. Mae West. From a young age, Mae West showed a natural flair for performance and a sharp wit that would become her trademark. Her journey to stardom began on the vaudeville stage, where she honed her skills as a singer, dancer, and comedian. It wasn't long before her bold persona and risque humor set her apart from her contemporaries. In 1926, Mae West catapulted into the national spotlight with her controversial play, which she wrote and starred in. The play's frank depiction of making love and provocative dialogue landed West in hot water with authorities, leading to her arrest on charges of obscenity. Far from being deterred, West used the trial as a platform to promote her views on making love freedom and the rights of women to express their desires openly. Her iconic wit and irreverent humor became her trademark. Lines like, "Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?" became legendary, showcasing her ability to deliver innuendo-laden quips with a mix of audacity and charm that delighted audiences and scandalized critics in equal measure. West's transition to Hollywood cemented her status as a cultural icon. Films like She Done Him Wrong, 1933, and I'm No Angel, 1933, capitalized on her larger-than-life persona and showcased her as a seductive, sharp-tongued leading lady. Her characters exuded confidence and sensuality, challenging traditional notions of femininity and female make-love on screen. Off-screen, Mae West's love life was as bold and unconventional as her public persona. She was linked romantically to a diverse array of men, each adding to her mystique. One of her notable affairs was with Jack Dempsey, the renowned heavyweight boxer of the era. Their relationship, mixing glamour with brawn, captured the imagination of the public and further solidified West's reputation as a woman who lived on her own terms. Her dalliance with John Gilbert, a Hollywood heartthrob known for his rebellious streak, fueled tabloid headlines and cemented her status as a femme fatale, both on and off screen. West's relationships weren't limited to Hollywood. She was also romantically linked to Onie Madden, a notorious gangster whose connections added an element of danger to her already scandalous image. Throughout her life, Mae West remained unapologetic about her desires and relationships. She famously quipped, "Marriage is a fine institution, but I'm not ready for an institution," encapsulating her philosophy on love and commitment. Her free-spirited approach to relationships and her refusal to conform to societal expectations made her a polarizing figure, but also earned her respect as a pioneer of make-love liberation. Jayne Mansfield. Mansfield's personal life was as sensationalized as her public persona. She was notorious for her numerous love affairs and romantic escapades, often portrayed in the media as a woman who reveled in her make-love and flaunted her relationships with famous men. Among her rumored lovers was President John F. Kennedy, adding to her image as a woman who navigated the corridors of power and glamour with equal ease. However, perhaps the most notorious and sensationalized aspect of Mansfield's personal life was her association with Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan. LaVey, who was drawn to Mansfield's glamorous and provocative image, reportedly became infatuated with her. Mansfield, in turn, allegedly played with LaVey's obsession, teasing and taunting him during phone calls from her Los Angeles home while friends listened in on the conversations. Despite these interactions, Mansfield consistently denied any intimate involvement with LaVey, maintaining a playful distance that added to her mystique. Throughout her career, Mansfield navigated the challenges of fame, public scrutiny, and the demands of Hollywood. She appeared in a variety of films, ranging from comedies to dramas, and continued to cultivate her image as a make-love symbol who embraced her femininity and sensuality. Her roles often emphasized her physical attributes, but Mansfield also demonstrated comedic timing and acting ability that endeared her to audiences. Tragically, Jane Mansfield's life was cut short at the age of 34 in a car accident on June 29, 1967, in Louisiana. The accident, which also involved her children, led to her untimely death and shocked fans around the world. Mansfield's passing marked the end of an era in Hollywood, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most iconic and controversial figures of the 1950s and 1960s. Clara Bow's romantic life was a subject of intense interest and gossip. She approached relationships with an idealistic fervor, often treating her romances as engagements, which led to a series of whirlwind courtships and broken engagements. Among her notable suitors were actor Gary Cooper, director Victor Fleming, and actor Gilbert Roland, each contributing to the ongoing narrative of Clara Bow's romantic exploits. One of the most notorious incidents in Bow's personal life occurred in the late 1920s, when she developed a crush on her Hollywood doctor, Dr. Jacobson. This infatuation became embroiled in scandal when Dr. Jacobson's wife filed for divorce, citing Clara Bow as the cause for the alienation of affection. The sensationalized nature of the case added to Bow's already complex public image, portraying her as both a victim of her own passions and a magnet for controversy. Despite her immense popularity and professional success, Clara Bow's career began to wane in the early 1930s. Exhausted by the pressures of fame, the relentless scrutiny of her personal life, and health issues, she made the decision to retire from acting in 1931 at the young age of 28. Her departure from the limelight marked the end of an era in Hollywood and left behind a legacy as one of the silent era's most iconic stars. After retiring from acting, Clara Bow lived a relatively quiet life, away from the public eye. She married Rex Bell, a former cowboy star turned politician, in 1931, and they remained together until her death. Clara Bow passed away on September 27, 1965, at the age of 60, leaving behind a legacy that continues to fascinate cinephiles and historians alike. What do you think about the love life of these famous actresses? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.